Today is Thursday, February 12th, 2026, and this is Read Through the Bible.
And we start a new book today,
We do.
2 Chronicles.
Right.
But it's really not a new book.
It's really just part 2 of 1 Chronicles.
Yep.
Originally, they would have been one book.
One book, yeah. But it's, it's a big book, so it would have been, could have been.
Wouldn't fit on one scroll very well.
Spliced right here, right where it is. And I think just introducing 2 Chronicles would be really good. You have the ESV. You have an ESV Bible, and it's got like a summary. Let's go ahead and read that.
Okay. It says, 2 Chronicles, which extends 1 Chronicles' history of Judah, was written sometime after the people began to return from the Babylonian exile in 538 BC. The chronicler, that'd be the author, perhaps trying to encourage the returned exiles, recalls the greatness of Solomon's reign. Most of the book, however, focuses on Judah's fall into sin, which had led to the exile. Judah had several godly kings, especially Hezekiah and Josiah, but it still declined into sin. Still, God remained faithful to his covenant people, and as the book closes, it jumps ahead several years, recording the decree of Cyrus that allowed the Jewish exiles to return to their promised land. The author is unknown, although many have thought that Ezra was the principal writer.
Yeah, I think that statement there at the end, in terms of just at the end the Bible jumps forward. This is how we know that 2 Chronicles, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, was written after the exile.
Right, because it includes some things that happened after the exile.
Yeah. And so again, like we have said before, it's casting a vision for what the kingdom can be like, what the temple can be like, as the people are coming back to rebuild the kingdom and rebuild the temple.
Right. And we've talked about how it emphasizes the good of the good kings so that they can learn from them and see how God blessed that.
Yep.
And then it emphasizes the bad of the bad kings so that they can learn from that and not be like them. And I think even, that would, emphasizing the bad of the bad would help these people realize we deserved to be in exile.
Yeah.
And it's just God's mercy that we get to go back.
Yeah. Yep.
So...
Okay, so we're going to begin 2 Chronicles. We're going to read chapters 1 and 2 today, and this is just Solomon as he takes the reign of Judah.
Okay, Solomon the son of David established himself in his kingdom, and the Lord his God was with him and made him exceedingly great.
Solomon spoke to all Israel, to the commanders of thousands and of hundreds, to the judges and to all the leaders in all Israel, the heads of the fathers' houses. And Solomon and all the assembly with him went to the high place that was at Gibeon for the tent of meeting of God, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, had made in the wilderness was there. But David had brought up the ark of God from Kiriath Jearim to the place that David had prepared for it, for he had pitched a tent for it in Jerusalem. So that goes back to 1 Samuel 13 and 16. Mm-hmm. And moreover, the bronze altar that Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, had made, and there before the tabernacle of the Lord, and was there before the tabernacle of the Lord. And Solomon and the assembly sought it out. And Solomon went up there to the bronze altar before the Lord, which was at the tent of meeting, and offered 1,000 burnt offerings on it.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a whole lot. And remember, David had prepared the way so that, he had brought the ark up and had prepared for Solomon to build the temple. Okay, verse 7. In that night God appeared to Solomon and said to him, "Ask what I shall give you." And Solomon said to God, "You have shown great and steadfast love to David my father, and have made me king in his place. O Lord God, let your word to David my father be now fulfilled, for you have made me king over a people as numerous as the dust of the earth." That's a nod back to the promise to Abraham that
sure is.
That's what the descendants would be.
Yeah.
Give me now wisdom and knowledge to go out and come in before this people, for who can govern this people of yours, which is so great? God answered Solomon, "Because this was in your heart, and you have not asked for possessions, wealth, honor, or the life of those who hate you, and have not even asked for long life, but have asked for wisdom and knowledge for yourself, that you may govern my people, over whom I have made you king, wisdom and knowledge are granted to you. I will also give you riches, possessions, and honor, such as none of the kings had who were before you, and none after you shall have the like."
In other words, right, Solomon would be the richest king ever. Mm-hmm. And I think I mentioned this in one of the podcasts before, but Solomon is going to be, once he builds the temple, this is going to be like the peak of the history of the Jewish people.
Like The golden age.
The golden age, yeah. And Solomon's the wisest king. He's the richest king. He builds the temple. Everything was glorious. And
there was peace.
Yeah, and then went on down from there. Yeah.
Right. And this is the same story that we read in 1 Kings 3, by the way.
Yep.
So verse 13, so Solomon came from the high place at Gibeon, from before the tent of meeting to Jerusalem, and he reigned over Israel.
Solomon gathered together chariots and horsemen. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, whom he stationed in the chariot cities and with the king in Jerusalem. And the king made silver and gold as common in Jerusalem as stone, and he made cedar as plentiful as the sycamore of the Shephelah. And Solomon's import of horses was from Egypt and Cu, and the king's traders would buy them from Cu for a price. They imported a chariot from Egypt for 600 shekels of silver and a horse for 150. Likewise, through them, these were exported to all the kings of the Hittites and the kings of Syria. So it just speaks about Solomon's sacrifices, and then his just prayer for wisdom, and God gives him wealth. That's kind of what that chapter is about. Okay, and so we're in chapter 2. So here he's going to negotiate with Hiram about a deal. Hiram's going to give him wood, and Solomon will give him food and workers, and so it'll all be good. So trying to negotiate the deal for building of the temple.
Now Solomon purposed to build a temple for the name of the Lord and a royal palace for himself. And Solomon assigned 70,000 men to bear burdens and 80,000 to quarry in the hill country and 3,600 to oversee them.
That's a lot of people. 150,000 people, laborers,
yeah,
and with almost 4,000 people to oversee them.
And that's to build the temple and a palace for Solomon.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Building projects.
But their building materials were big hunks of stone.
Yeah.
And so not only do they cut these stones out, they also had to transport them. So this is...
And then put them in place.
Yes.
Okay, verse 3. And Solomon sent word to Hiram, the king of Tyre, as you dealt with David, my father, and sent him cedar to build himself a house to dwell in, so deal with me. Behold, I am about to build a house for the name of the Lord my God, and dedicate it to him for the burning of incense, of sweet spices before him, and for the regular arrangement of the showbread, and for burnt offerings morning and evening, on the Sabbaths, and the new moons, and the appointed feasts of the Lord our God, as ordained forever for Israel. The house that I am to build will be great, for our God is greater than all gods.
Just what a great thing. We're going to build a great house because our God is greater.
Right, yes, exactly. Verse 6, but who is able to build him a house, since heaven and even the highest heaven cannot contain him? Who am I to build a house for him? It's like David, how he prayed. Who am I? Except as a place to make offerings before him. So now send me a man skilled to work in gold, silver, bronze, and iron, and in purple, crimson, and blue fabrics, trained also in engraving, to be with the skilled workers who are with me in Judah and Jerusalem, whom David my father provided. Verse 8, send me also cedar, cypress, and algum timber from Lebanon, for I know that your servants know how to cut timber in Lebanon, and my servants will be with your servants, to prepare timber for me in abundance, for the house I am to build will be great and wonderful. I just had the thought, I wonder if there used to be redwood trees there. It's kind of a similar climate, and maybe they wiped them out.
Yeah, except the climate's more like Los Angeles rather than San Francisco area, so I think it's too warm.
Anyway, that would be the perfect tree
I know,
for the temple.
Okay, so Yvonne loves redwood trees.
I do, I really do.
Yeah, and she's kind of from San Francisco area where she's from. And I tell people often, before you die, go see the redwoods.
Yeah.
Like they're amazing trees. Like
everybody should see the redwoods.
Yeah,
they're so beautiful.
And your parents have a couple of redwoods in the front.
In their yard, yeah.
Okay, but we're talking about timber. Okay,
yes.
Let's go back. Okay, here we go.
Verse 10, I will give for your servants, the woodmen who cut timber, 20,000 cores of crushed wheat, 20,000 cores of barley, 20,000 baths of wine, and 20,000 baths of oil.
So there's like kind of the deal that Solomon's going to give them. Then Hiram, king of Tyre, answered in a letter that he sent to Solomon, because the Lord loves his people, he has made you king over them. Hiram also said, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, who made heaven and earth, who has given King David a wise son, who has discretion and understanding, and who will build a temple for the Lord and a royal palace for himself. Just sounds like a lot of flattery there.
Now I have sent a skilled man who has understanding, Huram-Abi, the son of a woman of the daughters of Dan, and his father was a man of Tyre. He is trained to work in gold, silver, bronze, iron, stone, and wood, and in purple, blue, and crimson fabrics, and fine linen, and to do all sorts of engraving and execute any design that may be assigned him, with your craftsmen, the craftsmen of my lord David your father. Now therefore, the wheat and the barley, oil and wine, of which my lord has spoken, let him send to his servants. And we will cut whatever timber you need from Lebanon, and bring it to you in rafts by sea to Joppa, so that you may take it up to Jerusalem.
Then Solomon counted all the resident aliens who were in the land of Israel, after the census of them that David his father had taken, and there were found 153,600. 70,000 of them he assigned to bear burdens, 80,000 to quarry in the hill country, and 3,600 as overseers to make the people work. Okay, so here we just see Solomon negotiating with Hiram for wood, because he needs the wood, and the wood comes from the North Country. So maybe it is a little cooler up there. I just know the South Country is like Los Angeles, so maybe you're redwood.
You can picture redwoods because they're beautiful.
Yeah, they are. Okay, we will see you tomorrow in 2 Chronicles 3, 4, and 5.
All right,
okay,
goodbye.
Bye-bye.